Hello, everybody. Welcome again to another episode of Under the Radar Boxing. I'm your host, David Wright, aka Bishop Down, and we are broadcasting to you. What was this? Oh, this Sunday. This is Sunday morning. This Sunday morning, we're broadcasting to you guys. So, I just wanted to do a little review over the Pacquiao Ugas fight, Ugas Pacquiao fight. Just finished watching it, and man, I have to say, I kind of came in like around like the fourth round, like around the end of the fourth round. So I didn't see the first three rounds, but you know the outcome is what it is. If you watched it, so very very good fight, better than I expected. Of course, we were all expecting Errol Spence to be facing Pacquiao, but I think, in my opinion, I think the outcome would have been the same. I think Pacquiao would have lost either way. But you know, it wasn't really like a landslide fight. I think it was more of a Pacquiao giving his best, his final best, really a kind of decline, and then also it does show the type of fighter that Ugas is, the level of fighter Ugas is, because Pacquiao could still beat a lot of other guys at welterweight, but I just think Pacquiao's Ugas' style was kind of like the kryptonite for Manny Pacquiao, especially at I wouldn't even say his age, but you know, people are gonna say age anyway. So you know, of how he was fighting, you know, he just didn't have that thump like he normally did. You know what I mean? Now he was able to beat Keith Thurman, but Keith Thurman's style is a lot different from Ugas' style. Keith Thurman's not very he's not a very like accurate puncher, and he doesn't throw like, you know, punches and I mean his combinations are a little bit different. You know, I think Ugas probably has better footwork than Thurman, and you know what I mean, and his punches, his timing. Ugas has very, very, very good timing, and of course, you know, Manny Pacquiao does. He's, of course, like say he's older, so he doesn't move like he used to move, and you know he doesn't hit with that thump. So, but I guess, you know, like I said, we just saw Pacquiao basically age overnight. He just didn't have what was needed to defeat Ugas. I agree with the judges on the score. It was a unanimous decision. So as a unanimous decision, you know, Ugas won unanimously. So it wasn't like it was a split decision. And you know, and even in the Keith Thurman fight, it was a split decision. So you know how it goes. But a little Kool-Aid here. The undercard, I didn't watch the undercard, but the guys that needed to win won. So looks like there's a resurgence of Robert Guerrero. He won against Victor Ortiz. I didn't watch the fight, but it didn't look like any punishment was dealt out on his face. So he could be a possible contender. I mean, he could possibly, like you think about it, if Keith Thurman and Gervonta Tank Davis don't fight like they're trying to, Robert Guerrero could be a potential opponent for Tank Davis. Think about it, to go into the welterweight division. It's possible. Because I know Tank will beat Robert anytime. I still think Tank Davis does beat Keith Thurman too, but I think it's a tougher challenge for Davis because Keith Thurman can he can thump. and also he's taken a little break and healed up, so he could be potentially more dangerous. Uh, but yeah, my thought, congratulations to Yordanis Ugas, and you know what I mean, and much respect, much love for Manny Pacquiao. He's just not the Pacquiao that of the past, and I think it might have been better for him to fight Ugas, because I think Spence probably would have stopped him. Just the way that Pacquiao was, he wasn't moving around very well. He looked very tired towards, like in the middle rounds. He looked tired, like in the half of the in the half of the round. He looked tired, and he was just taking right hand after right hand. Like Ugas' right hand couldn't miss. And Ugas didn't have a lot of power, thankfully for Pacquiao, but he was tagging Pacquiao. And I think if he would have fought Spence, Spence would have hit him with a lot of more combinations, kind of broke him down and maybe made him quit. But all in all, it's a good fight for Ugas. I don't know if it's a passing of the torch fight. I don't know. I don't know how that even computes here, but Ugas wins, retains his WBA belt, so he is the WBA champion now, for real. So, and he's a very good boxer. It'd be difficult for anybody to fight him or to win against him. He beat, well, Sean Porter beat him, but a lot of people think Ugas won that fight. But so if he does fight Spence next, if he's going to unify, because who else has a belt? Terrence Crawford? I mean, that's a possible fight too, Terrence Crawford and Ugas, but I don't know. I mean, Terrence Crawford is a different fighter, though. He's a different fighter, but Ugas' accuracy and his style of fighting, that would be an interesting fight too. Because Ugas is tough. He can take a punch. You know what I mean? But those are all good matchups. Terrence Crawford, Ugas, Spence, Ugas. So apparently it's going to be Spence versus Ugas. I guess that's what they're going to try to do. I don't know. We never know about boxing. And the funny thing is, before the fight, there was rumors that Ugas tore his bicep, or he hurt his bicep or something like that. So I don't really know where that information comes from. Though, a lot of that stuff, I believe, is like faked. I think it's just leaked out and faked, and then media takes it and runs with it on the story, because this is what they're told. This is the information that they're fed. So I mean, it didn't look like there's any indication of his bicep was hurting or torn or anything, because what I mean. He was still landing his left hand, but his main weapon is his jab, his right jab, and that right hand. He did throw the left body shots. Whenever Pacquiao would come in, he would throw body shots. He used his left hand, and I think around like the 12th round, he hit Pacquiao with like a crazy left uppercut, and some other left hands in there during the fight. So I don't think it was hurt. But if it was, he didn't show any indications of it being hurt, because he was defending very well with his left hand as well. So I don't know. Like I said, I think some of these things are just coming. They're just stuff that people has, or maybe it was an excuse that would be ready if Ugas lost. Because if Ugas lost, that issue would have came up big time and say, oh, he had a hurt shoulder. I mean, a hurt torn bicep or something like that. I don't know. Just crazy stuff, man. But all in all, a good fight. Look forward to seeing the next fight from Ugas, who's going to defend his belt against. I mean, hell of a defense from Manny Pacquiao, but I think Manny Pacquiao is done. I think maybe he might come back for another fight, maybe, but if he fights anybody like Spencer Crawford, he's probably going to quit. He's probably going to quit. Or he's going to get stopped, because he just wasn't, like, he could still take the punishment, but from those two boys, Spencer Crawford, I doubt it, because Spence is the Terminator, and Crawford's the mean. He's a mean dog. So, and I think Crawford probably would do him worse than Spence would, because I feel like Crawford has no respect for anybody. He has no respect for anybody when he's in there. No respect for anybody, and he's looking to finish you. He's looking to stop you. I mean, and you look at all of Crawford's fights from the time he got to welterweight. He hasn't gone since he moved up to welterweight. He hasn't gone the distance with any fighter he's fought. He stopped Jeff Horn. He stopped who's the other guy he fought? He stopped Benavidez in the late rounds. He stopped the Mean Machine. He stopped Khan. He stopped Kell Brook. Like, everybody he's fought, when he comes to welter division, he stopped. He hasn't gone a distance with anybody. I don't think, because I think those are the 5 guys he fought. I'm trying to think of who else he fought. Yeah, I think that's the 5 guys he fought. Yeah, because he got the belt from Jeff Horn. Then I think he fought Benavidez. Then he fought Mean Machine. Kavlovsky is the guy that Virgil Ortiz Jr. just beat. And then he fought Khan, and then he fought Rook. But he stopped all those guys. I mean, think about that. He stopped all those guys. So imagine what he would do to Pacquiao. This Pacquiao, anyway, older Pacquiao. It's just, you know what I mean? I take my hats off to Manny. Manny's a great boxer, but I think he's done. I think he may come back for one more fight, maybe. Maybe if the money's right. But I don't know if he's going to fight a Spence or Crawford. That's just probably not a good idea for him, in my opinion. He was getting hit too much. That's the only time I see Manny Pacquiao get hit so much like that. Like, he just couldn't get out of the way of that of Ugas' right hand. And Ugas' jab was on point. He was touching up Manny. But anyway, so that's just my take. I wanted to do my little video to show my appreciation for the sport of boxing. I wasn't really looking forward to the fight, but it's Pacquiao, so, and just to see if he could do it again, and see what Ugas is about. So, a good fight, all. But that's my video, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all in the next one. I'm out. Peace.